Good morning. Scott Borsack here from the Lawrenceville, New Jersey law firm of Szaferman Lakind. I'm here today to bring you another installment in our continuing series on opportunities involving the Paycheck Protection Program. Today I want to talk to you for a moment or two about when to file your application for forgiveness. I know that a lot of borrowers are anxious to get through the forgiveness process and to find out once and for all how much of their PPP loan will be forgiven by their lenders. I'd like to suggest that there's no hurry to submit the application. As many of you know, the Flexibility Act extended the time to file the application to 10 months from the end of your covered period. Unless you make an election, your covered period is 24 weeks from the date your loan funded. You can elect for a shorter 8-week period. In some measure of haste, borrowers want to rush back to their lenders and submit their applications as soon as they can. I'd like to suggest to you that there may be a reward for those borrowers whose loans are under $150,000. There are several pieces of legislation banging around the halls of Congress right now that essentially would make forgiveness automatic for borrowers whose loans are $150,000 or less. Now, it's true Congress has to get on the same page here, adopt the legislation, and get it up to the White House for signature. But if the legislation passes, those with loans under $150,000 will merely have to check a box on an application. There'll be no requirement to submit extensive documentation substantiating the manner in which the funds were spent. This basically amounts to automatic forgiveness. I think borrowers should consider waiting for several months, at least until the election, to see what Congress does with these pieces of legislation. Some estimates suggest that the borrowers who would be affected by this automatic forgiveness will spend upwards of $7 billion, that's billion with a B, trying to comply with the substantiation requirements under the program. So there is significant reward to borrowers who wait. You might want to consider gathering the information that you need, but not submitting it until there's additional clarity. Until our next installment, stay well, America. This is Scott Borsack from Szaferman Lakind.